Hey, little girl, you want to ride with the Roadmaster? I have some candy! Well, I'm going to tell you a story now. One time, a long time ago, when I first started, I took this little girl out into the woods. We were walking and walking. It's getting darker and darker. We started hearing owls, ooh, ooh, coyotes, ow, very scary, and rustling in the leaves, in the branches, in the woods. Maybe animals, maybe bears, I don't know. Little girl looked at me. She said, "I'm getting very scared. I'm getting very scared." And I said, "Well, think about me. I have to go back home alone." That's the joke. Haha. Very funny, yeah? So this is probably going to be my last Roadmaster video for a while. This is my most recent acquisition, even though I've had it for a couple years. Total of 6 Roadmasters so far. 3 of them have been sold. 3 of them I still have. And this looks very much like the one I sold my son-in-law, except his was a 94 Limited, and this is the 95 base model. And here we have the beautiful Santa Catalina Mountains. Anyway, this has one similar feature that my brother-in-law's Limited has. This has the V92 towing package. So it has a stiffer suspension, a rear anti-sway bar, and a larger front anti-sway bar. I will get into that detail once we get to our destination. Right now, I'm showing a little bit over 40,000 miles on this car. I bought it from the same guy that I bought the 96 Roadmaster station wagon, the blue one I have on my channel. And he's pretty knowledgeable with Roadmasters. I bought quite a few parts from him. But he sold his last Roadmaster wagon on Bring a Trailer a couple months ago. And I think he still has a bunch of parts left that he wants to sell. But mostly he refurbishes houses and buys them and sells them in the Sacramento area. So I don't think he has time for cars anymore. I think he still has a 95, I think it's a 95 Caprice Classic with the LT1 engine. So he's still into that general type of car, but no more Roadmasters for him for now. He says the reason being is because it's harder and harder to find good ones for him to buy in this Sacramento area anyway. I'm kind of disappointed with my subscribers. You know, I went through a lot of trouble to write a song, and it's to Tom T. Hall wrote the melody, but I'm doing it under the Leo Kottke version, karaoke. And it's a political song that I wrote the lyrics to myself. And it's only got 50 views so far. The short that advertises the long one has, I don't know, a couple hundred views, I don't remember, not very many. But do yourself a favor, do it yourself, you know, treat yourself to a wonderful song and a great vocal rendition, if I must say so, that talks about the girl I didn't vote for, Kamala Brown. So if you like my videos, I want you to make this go viral, because I want to go on some late night talk show, and I want them to invite me, and I want them to ask me about the song, and I'm not going to hold back my answers, so it'll be entertaining. So help me out, because soon the election will be here, and the song will be irrelevant either way. But right now, it's a topical song I'd like you to listen to. So anyway, let's go back to the car. First, we'll look under the hood. Now, this one being a standard model, not a limited, there are many features it would not have. The wagons might have some of these features, but the sedans do not unless it's a limited. It doesn't have the split frame back and seat, so when you move the bottom, the back goes with it. Of course, you can also manually adjust the back. It doesn't have heated seats, it doesn't have memory seats, it doesn't have those features on the seats. It doesn't have Twilight Sentinel, it doesn't have a trunk pull down, it doesn't have the cornering lights. So it's the basic model is lacking quite a few things. Also doesn't have the variable effort steering that the Limited would have. So, but this is a 40,000 mile car. I quite like it. It has these towing package. And the first thing you're going to say to me, oh, it doesn't have a towing package because it doesn't have a mechanical fan. Well, this is my third towing package Roadmaster. My blue station wagon is a towing package, and my son-in-law's, the same color as this one, his 94, is a towing package. But what I do, here's some evidence that that's a towing package. It still has this metal radiator pipe connecting the hoses. Only the towing package has that, because it keeps the pipe keeps the hoses away from the mechanical fan. So that's the practical reason. So what you have to do is you have to replace the bolts, 4 bolts that hold on the water pump, because they're longer if you have mechanical fans, so you have to get shorter ones. You have to either make or buy a wiring harness, which basically makes the original wiring harness to the secondary fan, takes it out of the circuit, and then you have to take this apart and rewire everything to get the main fan and the secondary fan into the system, so it works just like it would if it had stock electric fans. And all the parts that I'm using, other than the harness, come from the junkyard, or all the parts I'm using except for the harness come from the junkyard or whatever. And the harness, there's a guy on the internet who makes a lot of different General Motors harnesses, this being one of them. So, that's that about that. This car is a really nice shape, condition. There are really no dings, no scratches that are anything other than small, insignificant. Like, for example, here's a scratch. I don't know if you can get that right here. Yeah. Can't get it very easy, right? It's not that big of a scratch. And very nice. You see, I have Keystone mags. These types of wheels were very popular back in the 60s and 70s. Everybody put them on their GTOs and Dodge or Plymouth muscle cars and stuff. I think it looks pretty good on this car. Probably the only complaint I have about the car, which I can fix, of course, is this Mylar chrome is sunburnt and all the chrome is peeled off. But you have to to do it right, you have to take the bumper off, the bumper cover off, and then it's pinned under this piece here is metal, and it's bolted from underneath. And it's easier to take the thing apart to do it right. And I just haven't gotten the energy to do that recently because I'm buying cars all the time, you know. So for a while there, I didn't have the side trim. Starting on the sedans in '95 and then in '96, these are held on by 3M double back tape, whereas the wagons and the '94s in back are held on by plastic clips. So when you take these off and get all the glue off and everything, it's nice and bare and everything. And I looked at it and I said, you know, as much as I don't like extra trim, this car really needs it. It doesn't look right without this trim on it, so I got some 3M double back tape and put it back on. Now, as I mentioned in earlier videos, whether it's a standard or limited, you can get leather or cloth in either one of them. So it's not that you automatically get leather if you get a limited. This particular standard one has leather rather than cloth, and it's in excellent condition. And now in 1995, they started out with this armrest, and then mid-year they went to the clamshell type where you open up like this and then the cup holders fold out like little plastic circles. This is the older, in fact this car came with that kind of armrest and I don't care for them, so I put the earlier style in it, and it has cup holders. And they're true cup holders, and the reason why they're true cup holders is because it has a little slot for the little cup handle. This, I always carry some napkins with me in case someone gets car sick, including me. Now the floor mats, I do have aftermarket ones protecting the original ones. The original ones are in excellent condition, the snap-on type, but I want to keep those clean, so I have some rubber mats on there. I have the original radio and trunk release. I have installed an original Delco 12-disc CD changer, and that is wired into the main unit with a T-harness that is connected between the harness coming out of the dash and then the plug into the radio, so I can control everything via the radio. A lot of Cadillacs came with that. And you know, a few Buicks as well. And for some reason, very few people bought them. And I don't, back then, you know, in the 90s, CDs were still very popular. But I guess old people don't listen to music or something. I guess they get their Lawrence Welk on the AM radio. So, and of course you have your badminton net for the kids, you know. This car seats, in the front you can seat 3 people, but it's not comfortable. In the back, it's a little bit more comfortable for the middle person. So if you have a family and you have some babies, you just put them in the trunk, give them a badminton racket and a little birdie, and they can play. And if you got one that's really young, you can put them in the cradle here, and then when you're going down the road, it kind of rocks them to sleep. So comes in handy. I always carry my, I always have one of these, because these aren't really good for changing tires, but they're really good in case someone wants to hijack your car. You say, just a minute, let me get to my trunk. And I open the trunk, and then right in the temple, it takes care of the hijacker. Of course, you can also put this in their sternum, and they'll never hijack again. But that's what it's for. It's a weapon. And it's a high capacity weapon, because you can hit someone more than 10 times. And you know, everyone knows that a 10 shell clip is considered high capacity by some people, and no one should be able to have a high capacity weapon. But if you have one of these, it has yet to be on the what do you call it, background check. You don't have to get a background check to get one of these. So, you know, high capacity, boom, boom. The only restriction to the capacity is after you kill a guy, you don't want to waste any more of your energy, right? So if you got him in 2 or 3 strokes, you can quit. But if it takes more than that, the only limitation is you get tired after a while. And so it's almost unlimited if you're really in good shape. And if the other guy's in really good shape, you're both going to be into it, and it's going to take a lot of these. So make sure to eat your Wheaties. Bruce Jenner used to sell Wheaties. I don't think Caitlin had enough roughage in her life, you know. So now she thinks she's a girl. Got to eat more bran. That's what you got to do. So, anyway, can you tell this is ad lib? That's pretty bad, actually. So, another thing that's what came, which kind of broke my heart, is I thought all of these lit up, but no, only the limiteds light up at night when you turn on the lights. And so this is a, oh, I fooled you, I fooled you. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have bought the car. So, be careful. Now I have an aftermarket item here. This, unfortunately, this one doesn't come with any cup holders. So I got this dealer installed, professionally installed cup holder for the people in the back. Because, you know, they get thirsty too. Just don't let them drink anything pink or purple, because if they puke, it gets all over this beige interior. You never get it back out. I understand if someone pukes purple, you can always get 7-Up or ginger ale and clean out your carpets, but I don't want to have to see if that's true or not. So, what more can I say about it? Like I always say, it's not for sale, but I would sell anything for the right money. This one I haven't had long enough, and I haven't driven it enough, and I haven't enjoyed it enough to want to sell it. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'll get tired of it, and maybe I'll sell it. But don't confuse this with the other one. But this is exactly the same color. That one's my son-in-law's, my former '94 Roadmaster Limited. The little thumbnail of this car and the little thumbnail of my son-in-law's car, it's not the same car. So if you want to learn just a little bit more about Roadmasters, make sure you watch both of them. Ask questions, make comments, insult me, whatever you want to do. Because, you know, even if you insult me, I still get, I get some, what you call, logarithmic. I'm really up on the lingo. So, actually, I already know the word, but I forget it sometimes, so that's my problem. I talked about these Roadmasters so much, and maybe you're bored with it already. So I don't have much more to say about this car other than I really love it. And you will be seeing I have 2 other cars I have yet to have on my channel that I own. And that will be coming up in the next, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. And they're a little bit different than what you've seen so far. So I sell General Motors. You know, I'm not going to buy a damn Dodge, tell you that. So I'll still be in the General Motors realm. And this will be in the 90s era. So but it'll be something a little different. Well, I want you to remember to go watch my music video. Oh, a high production value, I tell you. It'll make you look Duran Duran look like a bunch of amateurs, you know, on the video. And remember Duran Duran? I don't know if you do or not. You damn young kids probably don't even know Hungry Like the Wolf. But and Rio, that was a good one. I had a really hot chick on that one. So I want you to go see the video. I want you to hate it. I want you to love it. I want you to spread it around. I don't want you to help me. And I want to get on some, I don't know, what show should I go on? Colbert, that'd be the perfect guy. That little son of a bitch. I will show him what's what if I get on his show, okay? So help me out. All right. Well, thanks a lot, and I'll see you again, I hope, soon. If I'm not assassinated first. They tried 3 times. They tried 3 times. And they're going to keep on trying. So